Where affluence and progress often coexist with poverty and despair, there are countries that find themselves trapped in the throes of economic hardship, struggling to provide their citizens with even the most basic necessities. As we delve into the narratives of these nations, the year 2023 paints a poignant picture of societies grappling with formidable challenges, encompassing low gross domestic product, GDP, meager living standards, pervasive health problems, and a web of interconnected socio-economic issues that defy easy solutions. This exploration seeks to shed light on the conditions facing the poorest countries to live in during 2023, examining the complex factors that contribute to their predicaments and the ongoing efforts to chart a path toward progress and resilience. GDP, the grim tale of economic fragility. Gross domestic product, GDP, often considered the barometer of a nation's economic health, serves as an illuminating starting point to understand the challenges faced by the poorest countries in 2023. Across these nations, a common thread emerges: the persistent struggle with low GDP figures that reflect a state of economic fragility. For many, this translates into a constant battle for fiscal stability, as they grapple with inadequate resources and revenue streams to support their populations. Living standards in precarious balance. Living standards, the tangible measure of the quality of life enjoyed by a country's citizens, have reached precarious lows in the poorest nations of 2023. Access to basic necessities such as clean water, adequate housing, quality education, and nutritious food remains a distant dream for a significant portion of the population. The daily lives of these individuals are marked by hardships that transcend mere economic indicators and permeate the very fabric of their existence. Health predicaments, where poverty becomes a silent killer. In the heart of economic turmoil, health problems within these countries are not only amplified but often become the silent killers that stalk their vulnerable populations. Limited access to healthcare services, coupled with substandard living conditions, forms a potent recipe for a host of health challenges. Malnutrition, waterborne diseases, inadequate sanitation, and a lack of essential medications afflict millions, disproportionately affecting women and children who bear the brunt of these hardships. Education under siege, breaking the cycle of ignorance. Education, a cornerstone of human development and progress, is a sector that faces daunting obstacles in these impoverished countries. Insufficient funding, a chronic shortage of qualified teachers, and infrastructure deficits conspire to undermine educational opportunities for millions of children. This perpetuates the cycle of poverty, as education is a vital pathway out of economic hardship. Infrastructure deficits, barriers to growth and development. The conspicuous absence of basic infrastructure, from reliable roads to consistent energy sources and efficient telecommunications, casts a long shadow over the poorest countries. This infrastructure deficit not only impedes economic growth but also hampers access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. It serves as a glaring reminder of the uphill struggle these nations face in their quest for development. Climate change and environmental vulnerability. Adding to the challenges faced by these countries is the looming specter of climate change and environmental vulnerability. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, resource depletion, and environmental degradation further exacerbate their economic woes. Vulnerable populations, often residing in coastal regions or areas susceptible to climate-related disasters, find themselves disproportionately affected. Conflict and political instability. Political instability and conflict are recurring themes that plague the poorest countries. Internal strife, corruption, governance issues, and a lack of security undermine stability and economic progress. These nations frequently find themselves trapped in cycles of violence that stymie their development efforts. The role of foreign aid and international efforts. Addressing the plight of the poorest countries necessitates a coordinated global effort. Foreign aid and international cooperation play an indispensable role in alleviating the suffering of these nations. Humanitarian organizations, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and international bodies work tirelessly to provide assistance in the form of food aid, clean water, healthcare services, and educational support. Innovative solutions, microfinance and social entrepreneurship. In addition to traditional forms of aid, innovative solutions have emerged as powerful tools for poverty alleviation. Microfinance institutions, for instance, provide small loans to individuals and budding entrepreneurs, empowering them to initiate businesses and improve their economic prospects. Meanwhile, social entrepreneurs are developing sustainable solutions to address pressing issues, from healthcare delivery to renewable energy access, with a focus on long-term impact. Global commitment, the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, provide a comprehensive framework for addressing poverty and its associated challenges. The SDGs encompass a broad spectrum of objectives, ranging from eradicating poverty and hunger to improving access to education and healthcare, and promoting economic growth in the poorest countries. Achieving these goals demands a concerted effort by governments, civil society, and the private sector, as well as international collaboration on an unprecedented scale. Microfinance, empowering the vulnerable. Microfinance, a powerful tool for poverty alleviation, deserves special attention in the context of the poorest countries in 2023. This innovative approach involves providing small loans, often to individuals or groups, who may not have access to traditional banking services. Microfinance institutions aim to empower borrowers to start businesses, invest in education, and improve their economic prospects. By facilitating financial inclusion and entrepreneurship, microfinance contributes to economic resilience and growth in impoverished communities. Social entrepreneurship, sustainable solutions for lasting impact. Social entrepreneurship represents a burgeoning movement that seeks to address pressing social and environmental challenges with innovative, market-driven solutions. In the poorest countries, social entrepreneurs are pioneering initiatives that range from improving healthcare delivery to harnessing renewable energy sources. Their focus on long-term, sustainable impact aligns with the broader goal of breaking the cycle of poverty and creating opportunities for communities to thrive. The role of education, unlocking human potential. Education remains a critical lever for development and poverty reduction in the poorest countries. Access to quality education equips individuals with the skills and knowledge needed to escape the clutches of poverty and build brighter futures. In 2023, efforts to improve educational infrastructure, train qualified teachers, and expand access to learning opportunities play a pivotal role in empowering the most vulnerable segments of society, particularly girls and women. The power of information and communication technology, ICT. Information and communication technology, ICT, offer a lifeline to the poorest countries, bridging geographical barriers and connecting communities to the global economy. Mobile phones and internet access have revolutionized communication, trade, and access to information in remote regions. In 2023, the expansion of ICT infrastructure and digital literacy programs are crucial elements in the effort to uplift these nations. Climate change resilience, navigating environmental challenges. Climate change disproportionately affects the poorest countries, exacerbating existing vulnerabilities. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and resource depletion threaten livelihoods and economic stability. Mitigation and adaptation strategies are essential to safeguarding the future of these nations. Renewable energy initiatives, reforestation projects, and climate-resilient agriculture are among the measures aimed at building resilience in the face of environmental challenges. Conflict resolution and peace building. Political instability and conflict are pervasive challenges in the poorest countries. Achieving lasting peace and stability is a prerequisite for sustainable development. Efforts to resolve conflicts through diplomacy, peace negotiations, and conflict prevention initiatives are vital components of the path forward. In 2023, the international community's commitment to supporting peace-building and governance reforms remains paramount. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, a roadmap to progress. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, provide a comprehensive framework for addressing the multidimensional nature of poverty and its interconnected challenges. These 17 goals, ranging from eradicating poverty and hunger to ensuring access to quality education and healthcare, provide a roadmap for global action. In 2023, progress toward the SDGs is both a beacon of hope and a measure of commitment to the well-being of the world's poorest populations. As we navigate the multifaceted challenges facing the poorest countries in 2023, we are reminded of the collective responsibility we share as a global community. The path forward is laden with difficulties, but it is also illuminated by the resilience and determination of individuals, communities, and nations striving for a better future. Foreign aid, innovative solutions, and international cooperation are indispensable tools in the fight against poverty. Whether through microfinance, social entrepreneurship, education, or climate resilience efforts, the global community has the capacity to effect meaningful change. By embracing the Sustainable Development Goals and prioritizing peace-building and conflict resolution, we can collectively contribute to a more just and equitable world where poverty is a distant memory and prosperity knows no boundaries. The road may be long, but it is a journey worth undertaking, a journey guided by empathy, compassion, and a steadfast commitment to uplift the lives of those who endure the hardships of poverty, paving the way for a brighter, more inclusive future for all.